Hello friends, this is Kaleem Aziz and I welcome you to my this video. Today in this video I am going to explain meticulously how you can improve your English skills such as speaking skills, listening skills, reading skills and writing skills. I can see most of the people today, especially the young students, the young generations who are reading in class 8, 9, 10, first year, second year, O level, A level, and in universities as well. So they are facing difficulties in English and while learning English. And despite joining several academies, despite having number of books related to English skills and on English grammar, still they are unable to speak English properly. They cannot speak English properly. They have a weak listening skills whenever they watch any movies, English documentaries, English news channel especially. So they are unable to understand because of having weak listening skills. Then when they read any good book, any foreigner book, English book, so they are unable to understand sentence structure and they cannot connect complex sentences. So this is also another issue, and which in my opinion a very serious issue. And then writing skills, we have a highly educated, highly qualified people, but if you ask them to write a single application or a letter, so they are unable to write a proper and without making any grammatical mistake. So they will be unable to write an application or a letter because of having poor writing skills. So now how to improve all these skills? So in this lecture I am going to shed light on all these skills step by step. Before this, let me make it clear that neither I am a scholar nor I am an expert of this language. In this video I am just going to share my own experience, my own journey, that how I improved my English skills. First of all, I have never been to any academy. I did not join any academy, and there has not been any of my tutor whom I learned English. So I learned English by my own, by myself. And believe me, if you go to academy, so in Pakistan, there might be some academies where they would be teaching well, but majority of the academies in Pakistan, especially related to English language, so they, in my opinion, they do just businesses. They will get money from you, and in return they will not teach you anything, and you will not be a good English spoken, and you will not be able, after completing your course, you will not be able to speak English properly. They just will teach you a little bit, situational English, how to speak English with shopkeepers, how to speak English with here and here, just a little bit things, indispensable things. And but you will be unable to speak English professionally. And today English is quite important, it is indispensable, because if you look at our education system, so our entire education system is in English, everything is in English. So if you want to become a doctor, if you want to become an engineer, and whatever you want to become, whatever goals you have, so to achieve your goal, you must be good at English, you must be expert at English language, especially in your speaking skills, your writing skills. So you must have a proper and good skills, especially speaking skills and your writing skills. Besides, if you look at all the major exams in Pakistan, especially competitive exams, so they are conducted in English. All exams are conducted in English. All ETA exams are conducted in English. And if we talk about the lower level job, so English, there is also a huge portion of English. And if you want to get a scholarship to go abroad, especially to European countries, so English is quite important. Without passing IELTS and TOEFL, you might not be able to get scholarship. So it has become a very important language, global language. And so everybody must be expert in this language if they want to achieve their goal. Now, how I started, there are two kind of ways, two kind of groups. One group think that you don't need to go through the grammar, you don't need to learn tenses, parts of speech, active voice, passive voice, direct and indirect narration, and you just start speaking English. There is another group which says that you before started your practice, so you must go through your grammar. You must have a proper idea about the grammar, tenses, parts of speech, these kind of things. If you talk about the first way, so they are right but not completely. It is good that that group is right, but it is in case when you are in European countries. If you are in European countries, in American countries, so since English is their native language, most of the people speak English there, so then you can improve your English within days. You can improve your English within days, because there they use situational English. Wherever you go, to shop, to bus stop, to metro shop, wherever you go, so you will speak English. All your communication will be in English. So by doing this you can improve your English, and for that you will not need tenses, you will not need parts of speech. And if you ask them about these kind of things, so they will not have any idea about this. For example, if we talk about ourselves, so for example, being a Pathan, I do not have any idea about the grammar of Pashto language, but still I can speak Pashto fluently. There is no hesitation, there is no fear whenever I speak English, because it is my native language, and I have been using this language, Pashto language, since my childhood. I was taught by my parents, and I speak this language everywhere. If I go to shop, if I go to any institution, so it is used everywhere. So English is used everywhere in those countries. So in case if you are in those countries, so then you will not need grammar kind of thing. But in case if you are in society like Pakistan, so then English is indispensable. You have to go through all your tenses, because the majority of people in Pakistan, they do not understand, they cannot speak English. So here you cannot use situational English. You can use situational English, but after having a proper idea of tenses. So how I started from the tenses. I master 12 tenses, then 8 parts of speech, then active voice, passive voice, and then direct and indirect narration. And then I had a proper and gradual journey of memorizing vocabulary, which is still going on. So I followed the second way, and I would also recommend you to follow the second way if you are in Pakistan. Now, after learning all these, grammatical kind of things, and grammatical kind of thing doesn't mean that you have to be expert. You have to be, adept in all these things. Not at all. Just learn basic things. But 12 tenses mean that you must have a proper understanding of 12 tenses, because without having a proper understanding of these 12 tenses, so you might not be able to speak English properly. Then after that, having learned all these grammatical kind of thing, so then I started my next phase was practice. So how I improved my skills, which is a quite difficult phase for me, because learning tenses, parts of speech, all these things can be done within month. But then it took me more than 1 year to improve my skills, speaking skills, writing skills, reading skills, and listening skills. So for speaking, I started speaking English. I would speak English with my friends, educated people, with my teachers, and whenever I would get any chance to speak English, so I would speak English. And I don't forget about people. You will think that if you speak English in society, so the people you are surrounding, they will be laughing at you. Forget about people. You have to focus on your English language. Most of the people still they laugh at me whenever I speak English. But what should I do? I have to improve my English, and it is important for me if I want to achieve my goals in the future. So it is important for me. People are not important for me. If you do anything or not do anything, people will laugh at you anyway. So forget about people's and just focus on your speaking skills. Don't think that you will make a mistake. You will must make mistakes, because without making any mistakes, so it is not possible to improve your speaking skills. Nobody is perfect in this world, so you have to make a mistake, and by learning your mistake you will be able to improve your speaking skill. Now come to the writing skills. How I improve my writing skills: I stopped watching Pakistani dramas, I stopped watching Bollywood movies which are in Urdu and in Hindi, and I switched to English movies, I switched to English documentaries, I switched to English TV shows. And so by watching those movies, by watching those dramas, documentaries, so I improve my listening skills. Then come to the reading skills. So I started reading English books, and you can see my behind, I have two Elmira. And in the beginning I used to purchase only Urdu books, but now today you can see I have 95% books in English. And so by reading I have improved my reading skills. So to improve your reading skills you have to read books. Then writing skills. So to improve your writing skills you have to write. I would write articles, there would be many mistakes, and there would be lots of teachers, lots of people who uh, spot out my mistake. And by doing this I became able to improve my writing skills. And now I have much improved my writing skills. So these were some tips and tricks which I adopted, and so it worked for me, and it will work for you. Look, 1 year ago I was quite weak. I couldn't write a single paragraph in English, I couldn't introduce myself in English. But after 1 year, after one hard work of 1 year, and now I have much improved all these things, and I do not have any issue. I am still a student, I am still learning, but this is where I started, and this was the way I improved my English language. So good luck for your future.